Now let's start off with the superstars that are in this game. There are 5 selectable wrestlers, and none of them have names, but some look quite similar to real wrestlers. For example, we got Sergeant Slaughter. It's pretty obvious it's him. Apparently he learned a few tricks from Ricky the Dragon Steamboat as he spits fire at the fans. That's some smart marks there. Or maybe Slaughter's just trying to, you know, set a fireball like the time he threw one in Hulk Hogan's eyes after Wrestlemania 7. There's another guy that looks similar to Lex Luger or Psycho Sid, and it was definitely modeled off of one of them, but I can't really tell which one. You have to look at it closely and determine it for yourself. Or look at his moveset, I guess. There's also a guy that looks very similar to Big Vader. What time is it? It's Vader time! Except he has a different kind of mask than Vader does. But the suit looks pretty identical. There are also a few cruiserweights. They're small wrestlers and a boxer. And one of the cruiserweight guys looks like he's wearing karate attire, while the other one's wearing a ninja attire. Darkness the curse.
He's just fucking retarded.
Maybe he's supposed to be the Super Ninja, the guy who took on the Ultimate Warrior on Saturday Night's Main Event. Remember him? There's also a few homosexual punks sporting the mohawks, wearing thongs.
I said what in the butt. 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 You wanna do it in my butt? In my butt? You wanna do it in my butt? In my butt? You wanna do it in my butt? In my butt? Let's do it in the butt. Okay.
You would figure you wouldn't see something like that in a wrestling game, but rather see something like that in a gay pride parade, like on The Simpsons. So for the most part, the wrestlers are very generic. They're not that cool, they don't have their own costumes. There's also managers, referees, and even a cameraman in the game. I also know there's a cameraman in that cool game called Pro Wrestling. Remember him? He used to follow you around, and the music go da 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 da. The Amazon, watch out. The gameplay is simple for the most part. The game has 4 players and 3 different modes. You got Tournament Mode, Battle Royal, and Extra Match. In the Tournament Mode, it's like regular matches and cage matches. Much like any fighting game, you have to fight your way to the main event and win the heavyweight championship of the world. The moveset is simple. You just have to punch and kick. Some of the moves are absolutely ridiculous. Take a look at that shit! When have you ever seen Sergeant Slaughter spit fire at his opponent? And he laughs while doing it. Ha ha! So damn awesome! Holy shit! How did his fat ass become so agile? Is Sergeant Slaughter a goddamn cruiserweight wrestler? Is he in the X division in TNA? Hey, where the hell did that come from? Apparently, the more you beat down on your opponent, it's very likely that a weapon might fly out of nowhere, and you're able to beat the shit out of your opponent. Yeah, take that, you son of a bitch! Look at that red chisel! Tough shit you don't! Fill up these Damien Demento's kicking himself with a blade. You can also knock the referee on his ass. Look at that! Wait. Big McMahon, just look at that. Haha, what a jackass, as Jesse Ventura would say. Depending on which wrestler you are, you can do different moves, but they seem more unrealistic, which is fine because it's an arcade game. It resembles Wrestlemania, the arcade game. As far as graphics are concerned, they're actually digitalized graphics, similar to games like Pit Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and Wrestlemania the arcade game, in addition to Street Fighter, the movie game, or that piece of shit game on Atari Jaguar where the Irishman, who lifts up his kilt as a form of terrorism. In my opinion, the game looks pretty good for 1992 standards. It's a really cool how the camera zooms in on wrestling moves. For example, Vader does the backbreaker, and the commentator says, "One of the greatest lines of all time." He does the backbreaker! Oh, there he is! No stopping him now! Is it like Shelton Benjamin? Ain't no stopping me!
Nah! You can't rock with me, and I'ma bring it to you. You can't rock with me. Watch I give it to you. You can't rock with me. So let us sing it to you. Ain't no stopping me. Nah!
The ring looks just as much generic as the wrestlers do. Blue, white, and red ropes with blue posts, probably trying to copy the WWF ring just a little bit. During the cage match, it looks more like a WCW or perhaps a Japanese wrestling ring with black ropes. The entrances are not bad. They show the wrestlers entering the arena, getting into the ring, they do their taunts, they even have a manager by their side while walking down to the ringside area. The crowd is fully animated. Not the greatest, but at least the crowd moves. One guy even holds up a sign. There's also some lady in the front row, and for some reason she is staring directly up at the ceiling, and it appears she is dry humping her chair. What a dirty bitch. Look at that. When the ref goes for the 3 count, she pounds the chair even harder. The guy sitting next to her looks so goddamn annoyed, maybe because he wishes he was the chair. Nonetheless, wipe that chair down real good before you sit on it. You don't want to catch any pussy bugs. Or if you ever see a Three Stooges, this is what the judge says. He goes, "Sit down!" Watch Disorder in the Court on the Three Stooges, classic episode. The sound is not bad for any early 90s wrestling game. The crowd sound effects can be annoying after a while, but everything else is actually pretty good. The punch and kick sound effects sound appropriate for an arcade game. You can hear the ref speak throughout the game, whether it's a 3 count or yelling at you to drop a weapon.
1, 2, 3.
The wrestlers grunt while getting their asses kicked. You can hear cage being used during the cage matches, with sounds very realistic, even more so than today's wrestling games. Wrestlers do come out to some generic entrance music, and during their entrance, for some reason, they yell out, "Whee!" When you beat your opponent down, they also yell out, "Whee!" They don't want to say, "Woo!" Instead they say, "Whee!" Like they're enjoying their swing ride or something. I don't want to offend anyone, but there's a pretty strong possibility that these wrestlers are very special individuals, if you know what I mean. Woo! Or perhaps they love the Nintendo Woo so much that they scream it during their matches. So as mentioned before, the game is a tournament mode where you have to fight a number of matches in order to win the game. Between each match there's a winner and loser screen where the wrestlers do their taunts. They also show the names of the wrestlers, which they do not show at the select screen or during the matches. That seems pretty odd to me. Timmy from South Park can't control himself from saying, "Timmy!" Well, these wrestlers can't control themselves for saying, "Woo!" It apparently sounds like, "Stepper!" Very special needs individuals. So once you win the title, the announcer, who looks like Michael Buffer, announces that, "Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get ready to rumble!" No, he actually says, "We have a new champion!" And it shows an image with your wrestler wearing a tag team title belt and the caption of champion, with your wrestler's name below it. And then you have to turn Syndrome loser screen again. After that, you enter your name, and then a screen appears that says, "The End." And then eventually you get a game over screen as well, which is not exactly what you want to see after spending all your tokens on this game. Overall, the game is ridiculous, but fun, which is exactly what an arcade game should be. Therefore, I'd play the game if it... Hey, get that dirty slut off my screen! What the hell? Someone wash that chair! Nasty bitch security! Security, where are you? Where is the security? That's it, I'm out of here!